Hello and welcome to our channel. In today's video, we will look at what evidence there is that Islam is the true religion. Islam is one of the world's largest religions and a deep source of faith for many people. That's why it's so important to understand the various perspectives on the subject. Today, we will direct this question to our Muslim speaker. Let's start right away. My question to you is, what evidence is there that Islam is the true religion?
Thank you. There are many pieces of evidence supporting Islam as the true religion, some of which can be evaluated from both historical and spiritual perspectives. Firstly, the Quran itself is a central proof of Islam. Muslims believe it is the Word of God, and its perfection, depth of knowledge, and scientific accuracy distinguish it from other scriptures. The fact that the Quran was revealed over a period of 23 years and maintained its consistency throughout is another key point. A second piece of evidence is the life of Prophet Muhammad and his teachings. He is a well-documented historical figure, and the moral values he upheld, his leadership qualities, and the guidance he provided to people strongly support the truth of Islam. Additionally, the teachings of Islam on social justice, equality, and human rights are significant proofs. Islam places a strong emphasis on establishing justice in society, which is a key factor that attracts many people to the faith. Finally, the personal transformations that many people experience after embracing Islam serve as powerful evidence. The peace and meaning they find in their lives after accepting this faith is a personal testament to the truth of Islam.
Thank you, you have presented a really interesting perspective. However, some critics dispute the scientific accuracy of the Quran and argue that it does not cover everything that has been scientifically proven, or that some of the interpretations are an attempt to fit our times. Some also argue that information about the historical person of the Prophet Muhammad may be biased because it comes from Islamic sources. In the light of these criticisms, how do you defend the evidence for Islam?
This is a really important question. Thank you. First of all, claims about the scientific accuracy of the Quran have always been open to debate. The purpose of the Quran is to provide spiritual guidance to people, not to be a book of science. However, some of its verses seem to be compatible with modern science. This is considered evidence of the universality and timeless nature of the Quran. However, to say that every piece of information in the Quran requires scientific verification is to ignore the original mission of the book. As for the claims about the historical personality of the Prophet Muhammad, yes, many sources come from the Islamic world, but these sources have been studied and accepted by serious historians and scholars. Moreover, the life of the Prophet is well documented not only by Muslims, but also by Western historians. This is a reality that is supported by external sources as much as it is based on Islam's own internal sources. Finally, it is natural for any faith to be open to certain criticisms, but the universal principles and fundamental teachings of Islam, such as social justice and human rights, have led many people around the world, not just Muslims, to study the religion with respect and interest. In the face of criticism, the truth of Islam must be judged by personal experience, logic, and spiritual fulfillment.
Thank you. In your speech you mentioned that Islam is universal. However, there are many different sects and interpretations within Islam. Especially the divisions between Sunni, Shia, and smaller sects are striking. If we believe that Islam is the one true religion, why are there so many sects? Doesn't the emergence of different sects, despite believing in the same religion, undermine the universality or unity of the faith? How do you explain this diversity?
Thank you for making a very important point. The existence of different sects in Islam is actually an element that shows the universality and richness of the religion. Different sects are the result of how people interpret Islam under different cultural, geographical, and historical conditions. However, these differences do not change the commitment to the core beliefs and main principles of Islam. The Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad are the fundamental sources for all Muslims. However, over time, different views have emerged in the interpretation of these sources. These differences are usually limited to matters of practical relevance, such as fiqh, Islamic law, and the style of worship, and there is unity among the sects on the fundamental matters of faith. For example, Sunni and Shia Muslims have different views on leadership and historical events, but the basic beliefs are the same, such as faith in God and the Prophet Muhammad, and belief in the Quran as the divine word. The existence of these different sects demonstrates the flexibility of Islam and its ability to appeal to different societies. Moreover, this diversity proves that Muslims have no difficulty in coming together and sharing their common beliefs. In conclusion, the existence of different sects does not undermine the unity of Islam. On the contrary, this diversity demonstrates the richness and inclusiveness of the religion. The important thing is that differences are lived without harming the essence of Islam and the spirit of brotherhood.
Thank you very much for the deep and meaningful discussion today. The existence of different sects in Islam was an important topic in terms of the universality and richness of the religion, and we received valuable insights from our speaker. It was really enlightening to understand how the core values of Islam are unifying, even though there are different interpretations and sects. If you have any questions or contributions to what was discussed in this video, please share them with us in the comments section. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss our next video where we will continue to delve deeper into such topics. See you in the next video and take care.